Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So we had a very successful day interviewing Larry Kim from Simplify ETFs. We talked a lot about SVOL. Hopefully, you all really enjoyed it. I've gotten good feedback so far, but it's not quite the buzz of an interview like with Jay of YieldMax, of course. But so far, it's been well received. But in this one, I want to discuss the high yield dividend snowball effect. So ideally, the snowball effect, the dividend snowball effect, would be accelerated by, high yield funds. So what we'll do first, right on cue. All right, greetings. Okay, so let's go look at the yield max funds, how they're performing, and we'll do some spreadsheet illustrations. Looks like the market did rebound today. I'm also going to start doing more spreadsheet analysis on the channel, but let's refresh the page here for today. So we were up today. Tesla was up 1.18%, 0.65 for one day in price return, 0.85 for OARK, 1.56% for Apple, 3.32 for NVDY, 1.07 for AMZY, 0.27 for FBY, for GUI, 0.23. So it looks like actually every one of these seven was in the positive today. So once we get this out of the way, we'll do a first on YouTube. Well, you're second on here, but sure, if you say so. Okay, next group of the 22 is going to be, let's see, starting with DISO. Oh, never mind, I don't have that chart there. It's actually this cluster over here, starting with Coney. Okay, so once we go over these, we will go over our we'll do some spreadsheet analysis of the dividend snowball. So for today, Coney was up 5%. Oh, wait, I need to refresh this. This is as of today. I'm going to start just tracking these daily. See, there's a wide disparity between them. This is the second 7 of 22. Coney was up another 3% today. NFLY 1.74. DISO was down 0.33. MSFO 0.4. XOMO down 0.11. JPMO down or up 0.14. AMDY up 1.8%. Next batch. And then we have Ulti all by itself. So the next batch over here is going to start with MSTR. Or MST, the MSTY fund rather. Oh, let me fix this so that's like price return only. Okay, so MSTY 0.41, NVDY 3.32, MSTR 0.32, NVIDIA 3.68, OARK 0.85, ARC. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. This is the underlying. I shouldn't have this here. I shouldn't have these here. This is a different comparison, I guess. Tesla was up 0.65. Anyway, so most of the YieldMax funds were actually up today in total return. So let me see if I have the others over here. Oh, here we go. Here's another batch, starting with, oh, welcome, Music Man. So the next batch, starting with the PayPal one, is over here. Let's see. Um, down here maybe. Let's go over Ulti, at least. Ulti's by itself for today. 0% for the day. How is that possible? Okay, let me look at the one starting with MSTR over here, because that's our next batch. Howdy. Okay, so over here starting with MSTR. Not that one, the other one. Okay, so we've got by the way, did everybody watch the interview with Larry Kim from SVOL from Simplify? It's been pretty well received so far. Definitely let me know your feedback. All right, let's look at this one starting with MSCR. Okay, so we've got PP, 0.68% for the day, SQY 2% up, MRNY minus 0.44, AIYY minus 1.7, YieldMax, let me see if I refreshed this. I think I did. If not, I'll do it again. Okay. Oh, PP was actually down 0.55, SQY 0.98% up, MRNY 0.15, AIYY 0.71% up, YMAX 0.92%, YMAG 1.55%, and MSTY 0.41. So the majority of the funds were up today. So the illustration for the snowball effect is going to be very easy. And this is how it's accelerated with a high yield dividend ETF, like one of the YieldMax ones. So let me get a screen share going here. This is going to be a very, very basic example. So here we go. So in basic terms, and I've done lots of short videos on this, but say, take one like Coney, right? So Coney is, let me do this here real quick. By the way, we get our next dividends next week, our next batch of them for the fund of funds. The distribution schedule, April 16th is the next date for those. We just got paid on the 8th, which was Monday. I actually checked my account and I had those in there. I was like, oh, that's right. I still get dividends. That's right. Okay, let me look at Coney. All right, so Coney is over here. Coney is a 128% yield. So this is very simple. So if you had put like say $10,000 into Coney, holding all else equal, 10,000, and it's paying, so 128% would actually be a doubling. So you add 1 to it. So you would actually grow in a full year at that rate. Your 10,000 would grow into $22,800. It would be a gain of $12,800. So the snowballing occurs, and this is going to look like I'm pitching this. Like, don't assume this is going to do this, but for argument's sake, this is how it would work. In year 3, year 4, and year 5, this is how much you would have. So the snowball effect is basically compound interest, right? So if this was only, I say only, right? If this was only 128% flat, you would have, it's a $12,800 gain, right? So if this was just a flat rate with no snowballing, this would just be 12,800 every year. So then this would be your growth with no snowball effect. The snowball effect is basically compound interest. So if it was simple interest, your growth would be, you'd have the same amount in year 1, but you'd have different amounts over here. See the difference? So the snowball effect, you're getting basically at this such a high rate, you would be accelerating it. But just say for argument's sake, say Coney only paid like 50%. So then say times 1.5, you would still, in 5 years, your investment would balloon if it kept paying that same dividend amount. Um, but in this case, if it was 1.5, then it would be, 15,000 over here, which would actually be 5,000. Let me do this again here. It would be a gain of $5,000, which would actually be in year 1, if it was simple interest, 15,000, 20,000. Your maximum you would make in this example would be, it would be 30,000. So you would just be adding, this should be like 25,000. And then this should be 30,000 in year 5. So see the profound difference? The snowball effect is essentially, in year 1, it's the same, but in year 2, it's actually going to be this minus this. You're getting like extra free money. Even though dividends aren't free money, you're getting extra free money from the snowball effect, which is basically essentially compound interest. So that's a very simple example. I have a much more complicated one I could do a follow-up video on. But since I don't have too many comments on this one, that's the gist of the concept there. So that pretty much concludes tonight's coaching session. It's just a basic example of, the Dividend Snowball Effect. I have a much more complex spreadsheet that I'll pull up and do another video on it. But for this one, that's all I had for you all this evening. So if you like that, like, comment, and subscribe. Even if you didn't like it, still like, comment, and subscribe, and join Discord. And we will see you all tomorrow. If you haven't checked out the interview with SFOL, definitely do, because I know we're talking about high yield funds here, but I think SFOL is one of the best as far as how they're able to sustain the dividend. So thank you all. Take care. Have a great evening. Bye.